Hello and welcome to Week 4 episode of Tuesdays with Tim Camp. This past week, the Mountaineers had their home opener, but fell 35-10 to Montana Tech, and we're joined by head coach Tim Camp. And coach, definitely the offense seemed to struggle to find a rhythm in this game. What did Montana Tech defense do so well to kind of keep you guys in check throughout?
Well, I think the biggest thing is that we didn't put our best foot forward. Obviously, we're turning the ball over. We're not doing the things that we do all week in practice at a high level. We got into the game and credit Montana Tech. They did a good job, but at the same time, it wasn't what we were doing so much, or what they were doing so much to us. Is what we were doing. We were just being ineffective and not consistent. And there was plays to be made, and we just didn't make those plays. But again, taking nothing away from Montana Tech, they did a very good job defensively. We just need to make more plays, and we need to see things sooner and make sure that we're doing the right things, in the passing game to set up a run system, and we just didn't do that, and that's all on us. It has nothing to do with anybody else. Right now, it's us versus us. We got to get out of our own way and get the ball moving and get the change moving.
Yeah, and knowing, how long of a season it is and how tough the Frontier Conference is, we talk about that every week. It could be won because people are going to beat up on each other. The conference can be won with 2, 3, maybe even 4 losses. So how do you take, last week and just help it motivate the team for the next game and the rest of the season?
Well, I think we're right in the mix of the whole thing. But if we played the way that we did, obviously each week's going to be a battle for us. And I think the number one thing that I spoke to the team about is being able to be productive in practices and stay locked in and be in the meetings and not just be sitting in the meetings and being able to continue to learn and be able to progress. The one thing I thought we did out of week 1 to week 2 is we made a lot of progress. And then week 3, I think we might have took a step back, offensively. And those are things that, are not alarming, but at the same time, it's a sense of urgency in this conference. You just can't show up and think you're going to be better than anybody, because that's not the way it goes. And I've never seen, we've been 8-3 before and not get in, and I've seen teams, who are very, very good 7-4 not get in. And sometimes, when you're 9-2, you may not get in this conference. So I mean, it's one of those things. We're going to take it practice by practice. I've talked to the team about, hey, it's one play at a time. You take the play at a time, take a series at a time, and then, take the quarter at a time, and just make sure that you're putting your best effort out there, because, we had such great community support this last week and seeing the crowds that were there. And that's definitely not the way that we wanted to perform, at the end of the day.
Well, looking ahead, you step away from the Frontier Conference this week, and you get to travel to NCAA Division I opponent Portland State. What are you looking forward to most about this matchup, and how can it help the team moving forward?
Right. I think the biggest thing is it's a large stage, for these guys. A lot of these guys have been recruited by some Big Sky schools, and they always had dreams of going as big as they possibly can. And this is a great opportunity for us to show what the NAIA is and what the Frontier Conference is, and we want to represent Eastern Oregon, the Frontier Conference, in a great way. And this is a big stage. This might be the biggest stage some of these kids ever play on. And being able to play a Division I opponent in our home state, and to be able to go down there and show that, hey, Eastern Oregon is a very good football team. But again, it's one play at a time. It's a quarter at a time. It's play the first half and then get into the second half. Because we're, like I told them on Sunday, we're going down to win. I mean, we could have called this an exhibition. We could have called it whatever, but we want it as a game. And it's a good measuring point for where you are within your program. And I think that this is come at a great time, and again, go down and play, have fun, and let it all loose. We have nothing to lose in this one. But what I do want to see is I want to see us go out and compete for 60 minutes. I want us to do the things that we talk about, do the things that we coach each day, and play for 60 minutes, because at the end of the day, an Eastern Oregon football team playing for 60 minutes will put you put us in the hunt and put us in the game and be competitive and go and win.
Yeah, well, I think I can speak for a lot of people and how excited I am for this game, just to see how we stack up against a Division I school like Portland State. So that game is this Saturday. It's gonna be in Portland, September 21st, 2:05 p.m. kickoff, and you can get your tickets for it and support your Mountaineers.
The one thing about it, they had an opportunity to beat Arkansas. They had the ball last against Arkansas, so this is a very good football team. They had Boise State 14-10 going into the half. So again, they have a lot of speed. They got a really, really good quarterback. So it's going to be a challenge for us. But at the same time, we have a whole week to practice and be up for that challenge and to be able to represent Eastern Oregon. So it should be very, very fun.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Well, Coach, thank you so much for joining us this week again, and we'll be sure to talk to you next week as you get ready for a big road matchup against Montana Western. But first, we got Portland State. So, Coach, thank you, and good luck.
Let's go Mount up. Thank you, sir.